put myself in a situation where potentially my mind plays tricks on me. By what other people have told you is right or wrong, or what people have told you you can and what you can't do. But to try to listen to yourself more than anything else, and do what you feel is right, compared to what other people have told you is right.
So let's jump right in then and have a talk about this gun. So first of all, ignore the scope. This is what I was using for testing purposes. It's a bit extreme for this gun really, but it's my testing scope, so just ignore the scope. But first look at the gun. Obviously the stock pretty much the same as the good old Ratcatcher. Nothing's really changed there. Fully synthetic. Pistol grip, forend, again tough polymer. Now the major difference with this 2250 is a longer barrel. This one's around 18 inches, and the good bit is it's threaded to take a moderator. Now obviously this gun is safe, but yeah, you get like a nice steel or no, aluminium even thread protector, and there's your thread, 1/2 inch UNF. So that's nice. I did actually test this gun with a Whisper 180 airgun silencer, and it looked good, but it didn't do the accuracy any good. I don't know what it was. I don't know whether the pellets were striking the baffle on there. It didn't sound like it was. I mean, it was super quiet with it on. I don't know whether it was because of just the airflow in the moderator itself. It was just sending the pellets, well, anywhere. It really was sort of affecting their accuracy, but as soon as I took it off, obviously the noise of the gun increased, but it is fairly quiet anyway, being a CO2. But yeah, the moderator, I don't know why, I couldn't see that it was striking a baffle, the pellets. I couldn't see that they were striking the baffle. I'm just sure it was the airflow. I couldn't really catch it on camera, but through the scope you could actually see the pellet almost spiraling through the air. It was really odd, but after several shots with the mod and checking that I weren't striking baffles with pellets, I took it off and just used it without it. But yeah, back to the gun. About an 18-inch barrel, steel barrel, gives it that little bit more accuracy. Trigger's pretty much same as the classic Ratcatcher, so's the safety, nothing's changed there. Obviously there's no power source in this. But the beauty of this gun is you don't have to use the expensive 88 gram power source capsules, because they've made this gun so you can just drop in a 12-gram CO2 capsule, which makes things a hell of a lot cheaper. Now there's the end cap that you take off and the extension bar on there. So all you do is just get your CO2 capsule. I've got an empty one here, I'll just sort of put it in for demo purposes. Now let's see if we can get this on camera. Oh, knock the camera about, just to give you a closer look. Don't know whether you can see that very well. So you get your CO2 cartridge and just drop it in there. In it goes. And then obviously just screw up the end cap, and that pierces it, and then you're good to go. But like I say, that is an empty cartridge, and then once the gun's empty and once you've used all this CO2 up, just twist this gently. You'll get a bit of pressure come out there, and then just unscrew that and just drop your CO2 spent capsule out, and that's it. So that's a vast improvement, makes shooting a lot more cheaper than using those dreaded £8 power source capsules in 88 gram. Them things are expensive. Like I say, especially if you're doing a lot of shooting, them things are real expensive. So the stock is all synthetic, tough black polymer, skeleton stock, bit of grip there on the stock, just to give you a little bit of traction. Steel bolt handle there. Nice and easy to use. Again, the same as the old classic rat catcher. Drop your pellet in, pull the bolt forward, push your pellet in, drop the bolt down. Safe directions, nothing in this gun though. And that's it. Crossbolt safety catch. Nice and easy to use, nice and positive, in a good location right by the trigger. Great little gun. Couldn't really fault it at all for the money. It's a good fun gun once you get it set up and zeroed. First couple of shots, just get them out of the way, and then you'll get a bit of consistent accuracy for around 20 shots, and then the pellets will start to drop towards like the 30 odd shots. They'll drop, but average wise you'll get a good 25 solid shots out of this on one 12 gram CO2 bulb or cartridge or capsule. Now there really isn't a lot of difference between the old 2250 and the new one. Now obviously the power source is different, because this one takes the 12 gram capsules, this one takes the 88 gram power source capsules that fit on the rear of the gun, making up the cheap piece of the stock. They come with like a neoprene sleeve. Well, you actually get it with a gun. But everything else is pretty much the same. The trigger is the same, the safety catch is the same, the stock pretty much the same. Obviously slightly recessed there, you know, to take the power source capsule. This one has actually, as in the older version, Has got a shorter barrel, although it looks longer because this one's got a moderator on. But pretty much the same, apart from, again, because of the power source that this runs on from the rear, it's got the bar there, or the tube for the power source. Scope grooves there are pretty fine. Not really that much meat on there to sort of mount something, but when you compare it to the new one, you got a bit more sort of meat to play with there to get your scope mounts clamped on there, if you know what I mean. But yeah, for the money, great little gun, great little back garden plinker, cheaper to use than the old classic rat catcher that takes the 88g one. So as far as old versus new, as far as these rat catchers go, it's definitely thumbs up for the new version, which is way more economical to shoot using the 12g cartridges compared to this thing that use the 88g cartridges, which are damn expensive. But that is the major difference between these two guns, is the power source, and that's pretty much it. Slight, and I mean very slight cosmetic differences, like I said, the scope grooves, and obviously vast improvement with the new version. You've got a threaded barrel to take a moderator and a slightly longer barrel too. But for the money, great little gun, great little back garden plinker, or as the name says, a rat catcher. Great small vermin control gun, great round farm buildings and sort of close, where you're doing a lot of close shooting and you don't want to do any damage or anything. This thing will run around 550 feet per second, but like any CO2 gun, keep these capsules warm. If it's a cold day, keep them in your pocket, keep them warm, and you'll get more consistent shots out of them. That's new versus old on the CROSSMAN 2250, or rat catcher, better known as. Thanks for watching, guys. That's your rack and load review.